Dun, today's テーマ
Today's theme. Okay.
in Japanese テーマ
Japanese theme. Alright.
theme
Today's theme. Clothing differences.
clothes differences in
Is that
Japan.
between Japan and the rest of the world or
In Canada, of course.
Oh, Canada. Because yes, I'm from Canada. Okay. So today's theme.
No, not
Clothes
Canada.
differences between the rest of the world and Japan. But
No.
probably Canada.
No, Canada and then North America.
North America. What about Europe?
Europe no, because we don't really know much.
You do.
Yeah, but like we should focus on something we are familiar with.
Okay. So what are the differences? Okay, well what is Japanese fashion? Let's put it that way. What does that mean? Cuz like it's famous for, remember when, at least in the West around 2005, 2006, the pop star Gwen Stefani made Harajuku girls famous. And that's kind of wild and crazy fashion. Is that Japanese fashion? Is that what you're talking about?
No, actually not. I want to talk about something like daily clothes.
Yeah.
Because that's particularly for more PR and then media. Of course, like we can see that kind of girls or boys who wear, you can see from that singer's music video, but that's not like a majority.
Okay.
What I wanted to talk about like fashion between North America and Japan is like in Japan, I think we wear not simple.
Not simple clothing.
Yeah, meaning most of the time Japanese people has huge head, bigger head than Western people.
But your head is kind of tiny.
And our leg is shorter
Yes.
than Westerners.
Much shorter.
So,
And for women, your chest is a lot smaller.
yeah.
And waist.
Yeah, but having a smaller chest here is actually not too bad. Because like in Japan, the definition of cute or beautiful is different from being sexy in West.
Oh yeah?
So like when I went to the United States for the first time, people thought I wear nice. But like I wish I could wear only t-shirts and jeans if I have longer leg and then smaller head like them.
But that's what you wear now.
Yeah, now I don't really care anymore.
No?
So that's so like in order to hide my shorter leg and then chubby calves and then big head.
You have chubby calves and a big head.
Yes.
But you don't have a big head.
まあでも compared to Westerners I have.
I don't think so.
But generally speaking,
I think I do
Japanese people has a bigger head.
I do agree. I do think Japanese people tend to have a larger head.
Yeah.
Especially down in Osaka. Those heads in Osaka are huge. No? I think so.
I don't know, but
I met
like,
this girl one time and her head was like ginormous.
Yeah.
And her friend was like, she has a huge forehead, right? And I was like trying to be nice, and I was like, no, it's normal size. But after I left, I was like, that girl's head was huge. So that's why I think people in Osaka. But maybe it was just that one.
Yeah, I think that's just
girl.
one girl. Like we have a lot of like population who has a bigger head, and then in order to hide that feature, we try to use clothes as a tool.
Clothes as a tool.
Yeah. So like in Japan, we have a lot of type of jeans to make your leg skinnier or longer.
Longer. How do they do that?
Like how they make the stitch to the side, or like they can just like they can adjust the length of jeans and then so like they have a lot of like a technique to make you look like skinny.
Yeah, but you have to accessorize, right, with
Yeah.
high heels or something.
Right.
Because if
So-
if you wore like your Chuck Taylor, right? Your, what do you call them? Converse shoes, not Chuck Taylors. Your Converse, and jeans. It looks like North American style.
Yeah,
Right.
but like if you have like a proportion like Westerners, like it's okay to wear just a t-shirt and jeans. But since we have you know, we don't really have the same figures like you do. We have to like we want to look our leg longer, so that's why we wear high heel. And then like we put the makeup because we think our Asian face is more flat than Westerners,
Yeah, because we have big noses.
and then plus like bigger eyes and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And how
So,
about
like-
our cheeks? Do they stick out more? No.
Your cheek?
Yeah, hoppeta.
No.
It's the same.
You guys' face is like this way, and then our face is this way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, so more flat. So like in order to make more distinguish, we have to put so many stuff. So like I thought like whenever I received a you know, comment from my friends, oh, you look nice, but actually like this is not trying to look nice.
You mean your foreign friends?
Yeah, I wanted to hide all my, you know, lack of proportion.
So this is when you lived in America, right? Okay, so what I've noticed though is Japanese guys don't tend to wear jeans, or at least they're not as popular.
They
As
do.
like, do they?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not as popular. Like I feel they'll wear more like not so much dress pants, but more fashionable slacks. You know, and with more fashionable leather shoes, like where we wear running shoes or sneakers as they call them. And we don't really wear leather shoes or, you know, kind of dress shoes for daily wear. But in Japan, I feel like they wear that more with, like, you know, nicer pants. And they tend to stay away from the more casual jeans, I would say. That would be my observation. Is that accurate, you think?
I guess like Japanese people care about what is proper when you go outside. I was surprised like maybe only in America, but if I go to mall with my friend, I see a lot of people wearing kind of pajama looking.
In America.
Yeah, in America, like how do you say, like set up suits?
Oh, sweatsuit.
Yeah, sweatsuits.
Or sweatpants.
Yeah, we can wear it at home in Japan, but you don't want to become like a little bit harm to other people by what you wear.
Why would you be harming somebody by wearing
Because like it's okay, like we can like I get that it's very comfortable and then very convenient to walk around, and then you don't like actually like wearing something nice clothes, not really comfortable. Because can be like very tight or can be really like body conscious or something like that. And then if you accessorize yourself with a lot of jewelry or something, like it's heavy.
Yes.
So like just like grab sweatpants or sweatsuits is really easy
Yes.
when you go to mall.
Yes.
But like we are trained that's for only being home.
Okay.
You can't really wear in the public for others. So I guess like we are trained since we are little, like we have to think about where we are gonna go, and then not become kind of like meiwaku to others.
Meiwaku to others. So meaning burdensome to others by what you're wearing. Is that because you would embarrass somebody if you wore like something very pajama-y, pajama-like, I guess, like we do, back in North America. Like if people are going to go to the grocery store, they're not going to dress up nice. They're just going to go out, in their sweatpants, maybe their UGG boots, and a hoodie
Yeah, I mean like
to go to grocery shopping.
yeah, in a neighborhood it's okay, but like I think depend on like distance how much you go, and then I guess like you guys use more where are you from or where I went to as an exchange student, they use more car.
Yes.
So they don't really have, border being at home, being outside because they don't really expose themselves to be in public.
That's true.
They are in home, they are in a car, they are in a mall.
Yes.
So, but especially like in Tokyo, you don't have a car most of the time.
That's true.
So like you get on the train and then you expose yourself in the public to so many people. So I guess like and then like work too. Like when I was in United States, I didn't really, but because of like I was surprised when I was working for this Japanese company. I never met any customer at the office or anything, clients. But my boss told me like I was not allowed to wear the jeans. I have to wear like something very professional, even I'm not gonna meet any clients or something. That's what I'm supposed to do during work. But at the beginning, I didn't really understand why do I have to do that, because I'm not gonna meet anyone anyway. So I can just like wear something casual. But like I think like so it's all related like you accessorize yourself based on environment where you're gonna be.
Yeah, but I think that's similar to back in, or at least Canada. I mean, I think like when you're younger, like your experience was when you were in university, and people in university don't really care. They're there to focus on learning, where I guess that's the difference in Japan is you'll dress nice. So I can see the difference there. But once you leave university, I think people are more conscious about what they wear when they go out, and not necessarily to the grocery store, but to work, and to social gatherings, which is similar to Japan. I do think if you go to bigger cities, I'm not sure about New York, but let's say Toronto, where public transport's pretty good. People aren't wearing their sweatpants and stuff. They're not getting as dressed up as Japan, I think. But the other thing I think too is the difference is I think in North America at least, we're not restricted when we're growing up, like in being creative with what we wear. We're kind of, not in all circumstances, but in a lot of circumstances, given the freedom from a young age to kind of pick what we want to wear. And I don't think you get that in Japan. As being a teacher for 4 years, you had to wear a uniform, or you had to, I also worked in a school where there was no uniforms, but everyone dressed kind of similar because it was low income. And it wasn't the creativity. And so then when you get older here, I think you get way more crazier styles. Like in North America, the style starts off crazy as you're growing up, but then it becomes more conservative as you hit post-university. Whereas I feel in Japan, post-university, at least social clothing, gets a little bit more creative. I've seen some pretty crazy outfits in areas like Harajuku, in Shibuya, and stuff. Especially like when I first came to Japan, I saw some crazy kind of goth kind of style back then. That was like 15 years ago. And you see full-on adults wearing like Little Bo Peep, men and women dressing up as like Little Bo Peep. You don't really get that in North America, at least out in the open. If they do that, it's limited to a certain area. Whereas in Japan, people like, you're like, oh, I'm free to finally express myself. I'm gonna go wear a dress and a wig and hold my lamb staff. I don't know, a staff to go gather my sheep, just like little Bo Peep, and I'm gonna walk around, right? Like,
まあね、that's I agree. We've been told what we are supposed to wear. I mean, like we didn't have my elementary school, junior high, high school. We didn't really have a choice because we had to wear the uniform. But once you go to university or even like high school, like my elementary school and then junior high are very strict about like how much length you can go of your skirt or
yeah.
like even like wearing a uniform, you have like so many rules you have to follow. But once you go to like a high school, some high school encourage you to wear whatever you like. So like a school uniform itself also don't really have a lot of rules to follow anymore. So like they wear a uniform, but like that is finally their time for them to express themselves through even uniform. So they started to like change the length or like change the hair color or like something like I said like accessorize more.
Were you kind of like that? Did you? Because I know, like, when I was teaching in high school, I agree with you. Like, some of the girls, not so much the guys might just, wear their jacket over their shoulder or buy a bit baggier pants. But the women, I find, like, and it was different. You had, like, these weird rules. So if you were, like, ichinen, say, like, first year, you weren't really, socially, you weren't allowed to kind of shorten your skirt. And then as
because you have to respect the senpai.
Yeah, and then the ninen says they could shorten it to a certain length. Like there was all these rules within no rules. And then
Because you might get bullied by someone who is older than you if you wear like the same style like older students.
Yeah. So did you kind of shorten your skirt?
I did.
How do you do that? Like, what do? Do you like roll it from the top or do you roll it from the bottom? Like, I'm always curious.
In the morning, like even like it's very like not strict, but like we had kind of like morning meeting every Monday or I don't remember. But like they check how we wear the uniform. So that time like I
Unroll
the skirt, and then once the meeting is finished, I roll up again.
Yeah.
Or like back in my high school, the like huge sock was very trend back then.
Like those like those leg warmers.
Yeah. But like my high school said like if it's too big it's not good.
Oh, okay.
So when they do check, I wear something small like kind of leg warmer type of socks. Yeah, so like I adjust like roll.
Okay, so do you roll but the actual skirt? I'm more curious about the mechanics of it. So like, do you roll it from the top? Like, so this is the waistband. Are you like rolling it like this, or is it like say this is the bottom?
Like,
are you rolling it up and then pinning it inside?
There is a like a fastener zip up. So I unzip a little bit and then I roll out.
Roll out.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 or 3 times.
So you were kind of fashionable teenager then.
No, like I always had like chubby calves, so I wanted to show my like skinny part, at least a skinny part of my leg, which is my thigh.
Oh, okay. So you wanted to accentuate.
So again, balance.
So yeah, I know. I'd say
balance.
that's a good key difference. I think you do tend to look more at the overall picture of fashion in Japan for balance. Like if
we don't have a proportion.
if my leg is fat, I'm going to, or my calf is fat, I'm going to hide that, but
with like a leg warmer.
yeah, but accentuate the thigh, which is skinnier, right? And people do that, I guess, with their chest as well. If they have a big chest but small waist, probably accentuate the chest, which is very rare here, I think. I think, or if you have a short body but long legs, you're going to accentuate the legs more than the short torso, right? Is that accurate?
Yeah, we want to show what the good about ourselves.
Okay. So, one more question I think I want to know, I'm curious about is because I think this is included, even though it's not so much as clothes, but, you know, hair and accessories, you know, putting, like, a lot of the thing I see now is these kind of braids style of, like,
Yeah?
or double buns, but these certain braids. I remember I pointed it out. I can't remember, but like, is that popular now?
I don't know now.
Oh, you don't know. Well, never mind. Never mind.
I don't know, like I don't really pay attention.
But what would you say is the?
But before that, like I
Okay,
think
sorry.
like back to what you said, like because we had to follow a lot of rules when we are younger. Once we can have freedom a little bit more, we try to bloom what we wanted to do
Yeah.
through fashion, and then so like from zero to sometimes super eccentric, and then we respect because like being eccentric in fashion started from like your high school or university, so a little bit later than 6 years old or 7 years old. So we have a tendency to accept it. We are curious about the fashion, and then we are more like ready to accept so many style of fashion. So in Japan, like no one really care if male wanna wear the short skirt.
Yeah.
They can wear, and then if they want to wear like something flower print or like pink or purple, maybe like it can be considered as a gay fashion in North America, but not at all in Japan. Like we agree males should explore their beauty also.
And
so
that-
like
and
they can do like if they want to, they can do like eyebrow. They can do skincare. They care about their hairstyle and then do palm, and then like I think it's really good. And
Yeah,
then
I
like
mean-
no one judge.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I was teaching too, I saw the kids, they'd use barrettes in their hair or like little clips that women like generally use. You would never see that in Canada. But in Japan, I see guys wearing like hair accessories here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's different.
yeah,
Good for them. I mean, why not?
yeah,
It's fashion, it's art, be creative.
yeah.
I think, without the judgment. I think it's a bit refreshing. But I guess the other question I want to go on to is kind of, what do you think because you're a fashionista, you are...
Used to, not
Used to,
anymore.
okay, used to be a fashionista.
You ruined.
I ruined her. She wears my style now. She wears my Boro Boro t-shirt, she says, which is like my ratty old t-shirts. You love those t-shirts.
Might soft.
But as a forgotten fashion otaku, what do you think is the new trends coming up for 2020? I mean, I think I see like Japanese guys. I don't really like the current fashion. I like the fashion of like 10 years ago in Japan for guys. I thought it was really cool, kind of rock star, kind of edgy. But now it's these like big long shirts, and they're just baggy, and like I just don't think it looks good. Big like rimmed hats. I mean, the rimmed hats are kind of going out, but like it's still these long trench coats. It doesn't really accentuate the body in any way.
Yeah,
It just kind
oversize.
of, yeah, it just-
Oversize has been very popular here.
So, do you think that's run its course? Do you think for men, oversized is on its way out, or do you think it's going to stick around?
まあ But like I said, like in Japan, like we don't really have mainstream. You can wear anything you like. But I would say, in terms of fashion, being eccentric is better. So like, and then like, it's been like here for a while.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years, right?
Yeah, which is like, you wanna look a little bit ugly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Like you want to like wear like some kind of like huge eyeglass
Yes.
to look
Nerdy.
little bit nerdy, but other part you want to wear perfect, but like little stuff you want to look a little bit less.
Yeah.
So it's like plus and minus.
Well, I even noticed
So-
with girls, they put like red makeup. Well, I guess a couple years ago, it's starting to fade, but every once in a while, you still see it. They put red makeup here, like really red, to make them look drunk. Right? Like that was a weird.
So it's like a fine line, like looking a little bit odd and eccentric, and then looking like more. How do I say, like
Refined.
yeah.
Cute. I mean, it's cute. I mean, in Japan, it's
I
all
mean
about
clean, like clean and then nice. But it's boring, just like clean and then nice.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
you want to show something like kind of oddness or eccentric
Yeah.
in your fashion. So I think it's gonna last. I think like being ordinary in fashion in Japan is considered as boring.
Dasai.
Yeah.
Lame. Lame.
But I think like depend on generation as well. Cause like I remember maybe like 3 years ago or 4 years ago, it was like kind of like getting a trend. You wear sock with sandal,
Oh yeah, that's a terrible trend.
and then maybe like a half pants,
Ugh,
and then-
that's one thing I hate. I hate those half pants on dudes.
and then like
Ugh.
a half pants, and then
That's
like
so
socks and then sandal. When I first saw it,
Oh,
like
man.
I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
But like I appreciate their like oddness or eccentricness. So if they want to wear like that, like I appreciate their sense of odd.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I.
So like I think like I don't know what kind of trend we're gonna have, but again like we are going to have like so many different type, and then like we try to accessorize ourselves to look nice, which means like you want to show something you are comfortable with your body,
Yeah.
and then accessorize, and then you want to show the best of yourself for yourself,
Yep. Yep.
and then like something like eccentric as a spice or odd.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, like, I agree with you. Like, the drunk look, it's kind of cute on some people. I didn't really like it, but I can appreciate the effort into just doing
It's
something.
unique.
Just, doing something a little
Yeah.
different,
I liked it.
But the one thing I noticed now is a lot of, like, the Chinese style. I call it Chinese style because it relates to Chinese. But, I think that's the new thing with the bubble tea.
But boba tea.
Boba tea or bubble tea or the tapioca. I think that's gonna last a little bit. But do you think is there any other styles you see up and coming? Or should we report on it later on another fashion edition?
I don't know, like I don't really see majority, because it's very strange, because like Japanese people like to be in majority
Yep.
other stuff,
Yep.
but only fashion, like you can see a lot of differences.
Yes. That's true.
Yeah, so like I can't really categorize.
I understand.
and then like I cannot see a trend
Yep. Yep.
or something they follow like we are forced to do
Yep.
when we are little.
Yep.
So,
Well, we'll see what happens then, I guess. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's, I think we covered quite a bit today.
and then plus,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Moving on.
plus, people change their something they like maybe like 2 weeks ago they like the casual style.
Yes.
But all of a sudden something hit them, like they see the movie
They're
or
inspired by something.
inspired something, and then they can completely change from zero to like opposite.
Yeah, I agree.
So in Japan, like fashion wise, like you can do whatever you want to do, no one judge, and you can just like express yourself through fashion.
Yes, I agree. Well, you know,
Individual expression,
Yeah.
because we don't really have a stage to express ourselves. So I guess like so many people use fashion.
yeah, and I think it's good. And it's a safe outlet, and it's also it can express who you are.
Because like I was like feeling a little bit sad. Remember like when we went to Canada together, you bought a sandal, flip flop,
Yes.
with like a flower pattern on it.
Yes.
And then I thought like it's very cute, right? And it's very fashionable
Yeah.
together with your jeans.
Yeah, I
But
thought
like
so.
most of male friends or some commented,
Yeah.
why are you wearing a women's flip flop?
Yes.
So I was
We don't have the same expression. We're not allowed to express ourselves
I mean,
in,
like,
in
you
eccentric
can,
ways
you
without
can,
being judged.
yeah, you
like here,
can,
you're
yeah.
not judged. Back home, if I wear, I mean, I grew up wearing women's jeans for the most part. When in my teenage years, and I got constantly harassed, bullied, made fun of. But honestly, with my body type, it just fit better. I thought it looked good.
That's never happened like
You
in
know?
Japan when you are like maybe like when you are young, maybe you get bullied here
Yeah,
as well, because like that time we are forced to follow the rule. But if
Yeah.
you do that now, like we all appreciate, and then we think it's cool
Yeah, I
that
agree.
you wear the flower pattern of like a very cute sandal.
I agree.
In male, it's very nice.
I
But
think so.
I was surprised like to see how your female male
Well, females too judged me back then, and I remember there was like a couple family members who were female who made comments that were very judgmental. But I'm used to it because that's kind of what I always kind of went against the trends.
yeah.
Anyways,
So I said like why it's very cute. It's like, and then I realized like probably like in Canada that I don't know whole of Canada, but that specific environment.
well, that's
they-
the most liberal part of Canada too. So
don't-
anywhere else
they-
it wouldn't have gone
they
nearly
don't
as.
they don't think it's a good idea for male to wear some flower print.
Well, no, you remember even the cashier, the person selling it to us, made a couple comments as well. I don't know if you remember.
Did she?
Yeah, oh yeah. But anyways, I think this is a pretty big topic and a lot to explore. I think we should have a part 2 at some point discussing fashion and differences, and I think it's a fun topic.
そうね。
But, I don't want to go too long. So, yeah, let's have a part 2. All right? Thanks. Bye. You say bye.
Bye.